Hello, everybody. Welcome to English 1B, Reading and Composition. I'm your instructor, Professor Moremi Agbara. You can call me Prof. O or Prof. Agbara. So, how do literary depictions of alienation, monstrosity, and otherness reflect and challenge societal norms, fears, and concepts of identity across different cultural and historical periods? Over the next 12 weeks, we will explore this question and examine how literature serves as a mirror to societal issues and individual experiences. This course fulfills critical thinking requirements for USC, UCs, and private colleges and universities. It also serves as a foundation for English 1C and other courses. Who am I? Well, I'm Professor Agbara. I've been teaching at PCC for the past 10 years, and I love it here. I also teach at a middle school, and I chose this theme of alienation and monstrosity and otherness because I have been fascinated by all things Gothic for the longest time. When I was a freshman, I majored in English with an option in creative writing. So I took a few creative writing courses. And my very first short stories were of the fantasy genre with elements of horror in them. And I remember one day my instructor compared my work to Edgar Allan Poe, and I was embarrassed because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know his, well, I kind of knew of him, but I didn't know his writing. So I immediately set about to read his work, and I became immediately fascinated. I loved reading Ligeia, The Fall of the House of Usher, Telltale Heart. I couldn't get enough of Edgar Allan Poe, and then I also reached out to some of his contemporaries, Herman Melville, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Washington Irving, and I was awestruck by their writing too. There was just something about the literary composition, something about the way they painted with words that made me want to write like them. And also made me want to kind of figure out, could there be something beyond the surface of these Gothic tales? And that's where we get into literary criticism. Hold on for just a moment, we'll get there. So I was so interested in Gothic writing and Gothic literature to such an extent that I completed my master's thesis on the Gothic work of a woman named Vernon Lee. She was a 19th century writer, and I was interested in the connection between her Gothic literature and her feminist ideologies. So I talked about the femme fatale figure and how it always shows up in her Gothic short stories. So it's my pleasure to take you on this literary journey of mine, and hopefully you gain an appreciation for literature, specifically literature of the weird sort, along with me as we go on these next 12 weeks. So what should you expect in this course? We are going to go through different genres of literature, from poetry to fiction to drama, and maybe even some creative nonfiction. We are also going to be looking at literary criticism. So for many of you, this will be a new thing. So we're going to be looking at formalism, feminism, psychoanalysis, and other critical lenses. And we will be applying them to our study of the fiction and poetry and drama. And you'll get a chance to look at some, or to create some of your own creative writing, some poetry adaptations, drama adaptations, etc. And you will get a chance to exercise your expertise in formal writing with poetry explications, short writing responses or reading responses, and a formal research paper. So come along with me. I welcome you, and I hope we'll have a lot of fun.